Все, дети.
Well, children, goodbye.
These children were supposed to go to school in a week, but instead are forced to leave their homes, like thousands of Ukrainians who are evacuated from towns and villages under Russian army shelling.
Давайте, бігом.
Let's go, run. They shoot at us. Take old men and let's go.
People are massively leaving the Donetsk region due to mandatory evacuation. Almost 10,000 people have already left, including 1,700 children. Ukraine provides people with transportation, accommodation, food and medical services for free. In addition, payments are provided for internally displaced persons.
Найбільше біженців зустріла Дніпропетровщина.
The Dnipropetrovsk, Kirovohrad, Lviv, Khmelnytsky, Vinnytsia, Ternopil and Kyiv regions received the most refugees. Mandatory evacuation continues.
Mandatory evacuation in the Donetsk region was announced due to the constant shelling of the Russian army and because of the consequences of this shelling, the absence of gas supply. The Russian army is destroying the infrastructure of the region, and in winter people can be left without heating. Ukrainians are also being evacuated from the Kherson, Luhansk, Kharkiv, Zaporozhzhia regions. In total, since the beginning of August, 35,000 Ukrainians have left their cities and towns. A third of them are children.
Saving children from danger is the duty of the state and every adult. This is why I do not get tired of calling. Do not put children at risk. Leave. Be responsible parents, guardians, educators. Many safe regions await you and your children. Irina Vereshchuk, Deputy Prime Minister of Ukraine, Minister for Reintegration of Temporarily Occupied Territories of Ukraine, from the website of the Ministry for Reintegration of Temporarily Occupied Territories of Ukraine.
And while Ukraine is attempting to save its people, the Russian occupation authorities are discouraging the evacuation. Residents of the Kherson region have to wait for the opportunity to leave for several days.
A very large number of people decide to leave now, but traffic capacity is quite limited, artificially limited by the occupation forces. People have to spend several days on the road and spend the night in the car on a highway. If we talk about numbers, then a day passes from 500 to 800 people.
Mandatory evacuation may be announced in some areas of the Kharkiv, Mykolaiv and Zaporozhzhia regions. Local administrations insist on this either.
Today it is still being considered more strictly to raise the issue of evacuating people from the contact line. Places of accommodation across Ukraine are ready, and it is necessary for the civilian population to be away from the danger that occurs near the contact line.
The Ukrainian authorities urge people to evacuate in spite of all the difficulties and fears. After all, surviving and saving loved ones is now the main task. Reported by Serhiy Kulyas, Ksenia Barvinenko, UATV News.